And welcome back. Well, there's a shocking statistic about domestic violence that helps remind us this is a huge problem in our country. The American Psychological Association says more than 4.5 million women experience physical violence by an intimate partner every year.
Yeah, this is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and in honor of that, people will be wearing the color purple, as our next guest is wearing. With more on that, we have Carmen Pitre. She's president and CEO of Sojourner Peace Center. Always great to see you.
Great to be here.
All decked out in your purple.
Yep. I have it going on today.
Yeah.
My purple.
Looks good.
What's the point? Is it honoring people who are victims? Is it more about raising awareness that this is a significant problem?
It's about raising awareness and keeping the issue in the public square, right? We need to be having conversation about this because it's urgent, it's persistent, and we have a lot of work to do to help survivors.
Yeah. What are some of the things you guys do at the Sojourner Family Peace Center?
We do we have three primary areas: crisis housing, Sojourner Truth House. We have anywhere from 54 to 56 women and kids on any given night that we shelter. Individual support and systems advocacy. We do the restraining order clinic. We have advocates in the police districts. And our work is really to help people find a pathway to hope in their own lives out of the violence that's happened for them.
Who's a victim of domestic violence? Who are they?
Any of us. You, me. The issue cuts across every socioeconomic class, every race, every community, every zip code. Anyone can be a victim of this issue.
What can we do, you know, as a community to help people who are hurting and in that situation?
Including men. I also want to say that men can be victimized as well. What can we do? We can educate ourselves. We can believe people when they come forward. We can understand what the resources are. And we can give three primary messages to survivors. You're not alone. It's not your fault, and I'm here to help. And help can be listening. It can be accompanying someone for a restraining order, or going to your local police department, or sitting at the kitchen table and saying, you know, I'm sorry this is happening, I will help you. Survivors need to know that they're not on their own, and there's a variety of ways that we can support them.
I like the part about it's not your fault too, because I think there's probably a lot of guilt about staying with a partner who's repeatedly hurt you. You know, and many times, you know, people say, well, why are they staying? Why aren't they getting away? But it's not that easy. There's so many more elements and layers to situations of domestic abuse.
You know, not only are you being hurt, the person is saying it's your fault.
Right.
You're making me do this, and so the message, it's not your fault, is one that survivors need to hear over and over and over. And we need to create a culture that's safe for people to come forward. So we were talking about the Me2 campaign, right?
Right. A lot of people see on Facebook right now #Me2.
Right. And what that does is it gives a place for survivors to come forward. We need to allow people to come forward and tell the truth about their lives and give them spaces, and we need to rally behind them and then change the culture we live in that tolerates violence, perpetuates violence, hold people accountable. Sooner, I hope. You know, we need to be working with children who are exposed to violence.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, because our next guest is going to talk a little bit more about the silent, often victims of domestic violence, and those are children who are in the homes where this type of abuse is happening. Because even if they are not directly the victims of some form of abuse, they are indirectly.
Right. I think the good and the bad news is violence is a learned behavior. The bad news is violence is learned in the home, primarily by the people who surround you. 0 to 5, you're learning about what it means to be a human being. And the good news is, if violence is learned, we can unlearn it. And we have to rally around kids who've experienced violence and give them the tools and resources they need to unravel that. And we need to be the adults that can create peace in their lives.
This is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Your shirt also represents that. These Milwaukee Home shirts have the purple logo. This is important for people to see, have that reminder, understand, right?
Understand, raise awareness, keep people talking. We're doing a variety of activities this month, one of which is partnering with Milwaukee Home. Wear Purple Thursday. I'll be wearing some of the same clothes on Thursday. We ask you to wear purple wherever you are and start a conversation about, with people about the issue. We're partnering with Kendra Scott again, October 27th, having an event at her place in Brookfield.
It's fantastic. It's great. And people can contact you if they need more information, if they're looking for the kind of support. First of all, though, we want to say this about the t-shirts and wearing purple on Thursdays. October 19th, this week, is the date that you're hoping everybody will rally around the cause and wear the color purple. You can go to familypeacecenter.org and click on Learn More to get more information on all the great things that we talked about. And the Kendra Scott event that you're talking about that gives back Friday, October 27th, not this week, but the following 6 to 8 p.m. You can find out more by checking that website or calling 414-276-1911.